Well, hey there, everybody. How are we all doing? We are very, very, very excited to bring you the first proper episode of what we're hoping is going to be a fairly decent limited run Marrowshaft Nights. So, yeah, I hope some of you have had a chance to check out the session 0 that we had. No, there is no chance to. Isn't that? Hopefully, I think it went out live on the Ampersand 20 Twitch stream. I think it was on here because I watched it live at some point. But if you missed it, it will be up on YouTube very soon. We'll get that session 0 up for you. But in the meantime, come stay with us for a couple of hours. We're going to have some fun here. Now, as ever, I'm joined by the usual hive of scum and villainy. I don't know how many of these people you know. I'm going to introduce them anyway, and they can tell you all about their lovely selves. Now, first up, being Theo, we have the lovely Mash. Mash, do you want to tell the people all about your good self?
Hey everyone, I'm Mashashy. I write epic fantasy and review things. I also have a show here on Twitch called Breakfast Bants, and we do that every morning. It's a good way to wake up during the week. I'm playing Theo. She is an astral elf. She's currently stuck with Barty, and yeah, she's not having a good time of it. But
that's nice. Thank you.
No.
So kind.
Oh, there you go. You heard his voice already. Spoilers. We have Barty, played by the ever wonderful C. Lee.
Yes, I am Cal, aka C. Lee TTRPG, and I will be playing the aforementioned Barty. I can't remember his full name. Hang on, let me just click on this, and there we go. Bartholomew Gwatheg is his name. He is a cow-faced rogue. Is he a cow? Is he a man? Who knows? Let's see and find out what's in store for our good friend Barty, the naughty, naughty cow man.
Love that. Everyone loves a naughty cow. All right. Amazing. Right, next up, coming to you live and direct, straight into your ears and eyes, is Solomon, played by the wonderful Kalvin. Kalvin, tell the people all about Solomon.
Good evening, everyone. So, Solomon is a human monk, part of essentially an order called the Wardens, who essentially keep guard of forests and things and keep villagers safe from the surrounding villages where he lives. It's not the best. It's okay. So, to kind of try and help give him a leg up, the Wardens, what they do every 10 years or so is they send younger essentially graduates out into the world to learn more about monsters and things that they don't commonly see in the forests, just in case they ever come across them or anything like that, to expand their knowledge. And so that's what he has done. He has come across a centaur lady who he was very interested in because he'd never seen them before, and has somehow ended up being, was a flatmate, and we are now homeless together. So, yeah. Is it going well? Question mark? I don't know. We're in debt in an amount of money he doesn't fully understand. There are people handing him letters on the streets. He's giving gold away to urchins. There's all sorts of things happening that he doesn't get. So he's just kind of along for the ride and hopes he gets to fight some monsters. That's really all he's about. Yeah. Okay. Solomon.
Love it. All right, that's Solomon. And last, but definitely not least, we have the very wonderful Willow, who is played by Cat.
Hi, I am Cat Tulip, or just Cat. I play Willow, who is a centaur, is bestest buds with Solomon the monk. Bestest buds, I will have you know. She has a horse butt. She likes to talk about her horse butt. She likes to wiggle her horse butt. She's a centaur, but she hasn't actually met any other centaurs because backstory reasons. And she's kind of left where she was and the people she was, and she met Solomon and thought he seemed fun. And she went on an adventure and they became roommates, and now they might be homeless. But it's very positive because not only does Willow have her bestest friend Solomon, or Solly as she likes to call him, she now has 2 new best friends. And, you know, one is a slightly angry but very pretty elf lady. And the other is a cow-faced man whose foot meat is bleeding everywhere. But you know what? It's exciting. It's interesting. So why not? We'll just go with it.
All right. Let's go with that. And finally, thinking about it, if you don't know me, I'm AJ. You can usually find me on the Adventurers Anonymous podcast, where I'm the host and dungeon master. But I got asked to do this very exciting little campaign with these wonderful people. So here I am. Right, without further ado. Oh, one more plug. You need to get yourself on the Ampersand Discord server. So the Discord server that's connected to all this, get yourself on there. It's a wonderful place. That's how I met half these people. By joining the whole TTRPG podcasting community on the whole Ampersand Discord server. It's a wonderful place. So many happy people, so many wonderful people, very supportive, full of creative ideas, and if nothing else, just a wonderful place to hang if you're in need of some laughs and smiles. So get yourself over to that. Now, in the meantime, let's get back to the adventures. So here's a little intro. Welcome to Marrowshaft, the city where dreams are made for the right price. The bustling commercial hub is situated on the edge of the Miasmic Peninsula, within the vast Snickerdust Empire. Many a young person has left their backwater village with a head full of promises of prosperity and riches to be earned in this ever-growing city, only to lose themselves in its harsh realities. A better life can be found for those who work hard, but only if they take risks, or get lucky along the way. The buildings are taller, the streets are more expansive, and the pockets deeper than any other city. Well, that's what they tell you in the brochure anyway. In truth, Marrowshaft is a city of layers and social hierarchies. It is ruled by the opulent barons residing in their immaculate spires higher above, while the destitute and marginalized tattered circle dwell below, desperately seeking opportunities to climb out of their plight. Marrowshaft serves as a vital trading nexus, connecting diverse goods from across the seas. The bustling docks witness a constant influx and outflow of commodities, catering to the ever-growing and prosperous population. Now then, you will find yourself on the edge of the Nudger's Nook district, having trashed your apartment and been handed a 40,000 gold piece bill from your landlord. As luck would have it, a passing street urchin pressed a gilded envelope into your hands, inviting you to interview for a role in some dubious criminal activity. The details were hazy, but the opportunity was real, as the message was signed by none other than Lascivious Finch, a broker to the criminal underworld. With all that said and done, lock your doors, check your windows, and keep a knife close at hand, for adventure is about to unfold, revealing the mysteries and perils that lurk within Marrowshaft Nights.
Woohoo! I'm so excited.
God, I need to write shorter intros.
That sounds like a really
very
cool
good.
actual play, by the way.
Line.
That sounds amazing. Sorry,
We need
in
a logo
advance.
as well, listeners.
Where can we watch
If
this
any of our
actual
listeners are
play?
any good with logos, anyone wants to make us a logo, we love a logo. We do. We might not have a logo. We do have a tune.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Mash put us together a tune.
Yeah, so when I'm done, this will actually work as a really good credits opening, but here we go. So obviously Theo is a bard, and she wrote a song detailing last week's episode. Trapped inside this tired village where the vagrants hide and pillage, married to a cow-faced man is where this tale began. In Marrowshaft, a humble home where demons came and claimed the throne. In Marrowshaft, all right is wrong and devils sing you songs. Oh, you downstairs, I know you're listening as Bertie's messing up the kitchen. So I don't care what he do, a flat now smells of food. Then Solomon came through the door and put his foot right through the floor. And Willow tried to save the day, but the landlord's on his way. Then Willow claimed the flight's defective and seemed my charm was ineffective. Chaos raining down the street as Bert cries about his foot beat. We try to run, we try to hide, but can't escape this hefty fine in Marrowshaft. In Marrowshaft, in Marrowshaft, our humble home where demons came and claimed the throne. In Marrowshaft, all right is wrong, and devils sing you songs. We sing you pretty, pretty songs, we do.
Oh, yeah, that was epic. Oh,
That was
man.
amazing.
There you
Tell you
go.
what,
Good. So good.
Has it
the
been stuck in
level
your
of
head all
effort
week as
people
well?
bring to this. It's ridiculous. I thought you were going to take off one of your ears and strum with it for a minute. That would have been truly brilliant. Oh my word! Sorry, it's absolutely baking hot in here. If we get enough viewers and you all subscribe to the Discord channel, I might start taking clothes off.
Oh,
But,
incentive.
woo-woo.
Yeah. If we hit 100 viewers, maybe I'll start taking clothes off. Right. Okay, doke. So we're going to pick up back with the storyline. So hopefully you all remember what went down. You managed to trash your apartment. You're quite right. You got a massive bill from the man who came on behalf of your landlord to inspect the place. His name was Malcolm Milk Thistle, if you don't remember.
Marcus.
And you all fled the scene very badly. Barty, you had a wound in your foot, so you were leaving like bloody footprints all over the place.
Yeah.
As you were offered the chance, so you were told through this lovely gilded letter that there was this opportunity to interview for an opening in the Underhelm. Now, you know that the Underhelm is the underworld of Marrowshaft. It's the bottom strata of society. So far, far, far below the barons at the top and the everyday populace, you have the Underhelm, which is almost like the criminal underworld, the destitute. And you've been called there to meet with Lascivious Finch to interview for an opportunity.
Right, I don't know
That is
about
very
you
good.
guys, but I think we need to shower before we go visit this person.
Yes, I would also like to go to a hospital.
Oh, right, okay.
hang on.
Can I
Wait.
just like cast
I have a little bit of medicine knowledge. Like
it's fine. It's fine. I will cast a heal on Barty.
Oh, my lovely, lovely wife.
No,
You know how to treat a cow, man.
right, but you and Willow neglected to mention that you gave blood when you signed your contract. So your earlier suggestion of
remember
running from between the two of you was quite misplaced. Yes, Solomon, I appreciate that you don't quite understand, but that what they did was stupid.
I was drunk and don't remember it. Honest.
At this point in time, when I've known you for what, 2 months, and this is the first time I've ever seen you not drunk.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
But I don't know. I thought it's all a bit hazy. I'm not sorry.
There's
That
not
helps.
really much we can do about it now. I mean, yes, it seems. What exactly does this vial of blood mean? I take it it's some sort of tracking that they can do.
it's a binding spell, so they can't get out of the contract and skip town with like crashing the entire place. Like basically, it means we can't get off the hook by running. We're stuck here until we pay that 40,000 gold, which is pretty hard to do in the arse end of Marrowshaft.
I was going to say, I'm quite happy to help. I have 6 gold. I had 7, but I gave 1 to the child.
Solomon, you naive fool. There's only one place where we can make such money,
Okay.
and that lies below.
So
Yeah.
Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about.
I look at the ground, look back at Barty's. Under the ground?
Right. May I suggest not talking about this in public and finding somewhere to clean up and...
This is Marrowshaft. I bet half the people here know exactly... They're probably heading there right now. We might as well follow that guy over there, and he'll lead us to the right place.
Are you wanting to just go
As you
straight
point,
there?
you're standing outside like a butcher's, as you just see a very portly man in a he's got like a white overall on. It's just splattered with blood as he's pouring a bucket of gore into like a gutter. As he looks up at you, he's like, "Could I ask that you move on? Because you're kind of killing the vibe." Points back at his shop.
What vibe? What vibe are you going for?
I feel to be honest, that it's... Yeah, he's
Like,
literally a bloody
really
cow outside your butcher's shop. Surely that is the vibe you're going for.
Exactly,
no?
yeah. If anything, I'm dressed for the
It is
occasion.
fine.
Oh, see, please don't make me laugh.
He just
Be
wipes
careful.
blood
You
off
know
the.
when he went through the floor earlier, he pulled his back, so just
Yep.
don't make him laugh too much.
Jarred it a little bit. It's all right. I'll walk it off.
Wait, that was healing word damage I did? Oops, my bad. It didn't work.
The loving touch of my wife there in full.
Still got a 7,
As-
right?
as-
It's the same
As
regardless.
the butcher points,
work.
he's like, "I don't want to make a bigger thing of it, but you are kind of sitting outside my shop, and you're rubbing his foot while saying mystic words."
I
and
ain't rubbing
it
nothing,
talks-
mate. Let us get something real clear here. I ain't touching those stubby toes.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for this marriage to be consummated. Indeed. yes.
And she just turns around and walks off. Like she is down the road. She doesn't care. She's just walking away.
I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna follow Theo because
I'm following.
Solomon's just like this. This is getting us nowhere. This
I'd
is
love to watch her walk away. That's for true.
Have I got a spell that I can hit him with? I have a cantrip, right?
I nearly
I'm gonna-
died in
I'm not-
session 0 above the table, so
I'm
you
gonna,
know.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna do that because it actually might kill you.
Yeah, remember how squishy we are above the table.
Could we get ourselves ready? There was just an invite to this person's thingy place under the stuff. Whatever, I wasn't really paying attention. There was no time, so I think unless we have to be there like this second, I suggest we get ourselves together, do something with the bleedy foot man, and then go. And maybe save the bickering until later.
I agree entirely. I'm just going to wrap up my foot.
I healed it already.
I didn't like the way you did it. It felt like it was tainted with some sort of malice. So I'm just going to wrap up my own foot and try and conceal the resentment.
Barty, what's your passive perception?
Oh dear, that's a
I hope
great
it gets
question.
inflicted.
I reckon.
Piss rags.
Yes,
Piss
my
rags.
passive perception is piss rags. It is 10.
10. Okay. As you hobble off, leaving you're wrapping your foot in some wrappers that are just left from the butchers. He's thrown out some kind of like cardboard casing of some like industrial box of sausages as you just start wrapping your foot in rags and cardboard. As you hobble away, you see in front of you with a passive perception of 10, there's a fountain at the end of the road. You see like a municipal like water fountain that's quite low to the ground. It's got like a kind of like little kind of water feature around it. As you see, people are gathering, sort of like a communal point at the end of the street. People are gathering around this fountain.
I will barge my way through the people, even if there are people sat on it, and just push them away so I can dunk my bleeding foot into this fountain, please. I don't
Into
care
the
how much
shared
of a
water
scene it...
supply.
Yes, exactly that. I must wash my wound.
Yeah, so pushing through the bustling buzzer trap, you're pushing traders out the way. You just barge a man selling like frozen fruit ice to one side as you push your way through a bunch of children, planting yourself inside.
Move,
the fountain.
child!
You crush a small boat that a child has made and is.
I care not for your boat.
As you just slowly, the water just starts just starts going pink around your foot.
Sweet relief. This is better than any consummation. This is beautiful. I assume I get like 20 temporary hit points or something, yeah?
Oh yeah, it's a consecrated fountain. No, what you do get, you get a lot of loose change. So
Ooh.
there's like a lot of copper in the bottom of the fountain.
I'll gather it all, and I will declare that we are a step closer to our 40,000.
Thea is literally just hiding as small as possible so nobody thinks they're anything to do with each other.
I was going to turn to Theo and Willow and just be like, I'm not suggesting we leave him behind, but maybe if we put a tiny bit of distance between us three and...
Start moving subtly away and looking
hopefully
in
he'll
the direction
see it.
like we don't know him.
But I don't want to leave him behind. He's with us, but...
If I lose him, I'll never have the proof I need. I can't.
Okay,
I think I would have killed him by now if I could have done. Seriously, she's never going to believe me.
Killing him's going a little bit far, I feel, but otherwise...
I mean, we'd have to get quite far away for him not to notice the horse butt that you're with.
I think that's fair. Can I? It's not going to go well. Try and give Barty just a little sort of nod and sort of say, suggest we're moving on, and we'll kind of move away. I don't want to be involved in someone who's stealing the copper from the fountain. This might get ugly. I don't know if it will or if it won't, but just in case, I want to step away from it.
I'm going to take some coins and then follow them.
Okay, so you've managed to accrue 63 copper. You're slowly scalping the fountain. The water's also starting to go a weird brackish pink colour.
Nice.
As your wound is, slowly cleaned off. As you hear a cough, as a small child just comes forward and hands you a single copper piece.
Oh.
Skitters back to his mother's leg as he's ushered away.
Oh. Child, come back. Have
Just
all of this.
vanishes into the crowd with his mum.
Oh.
Who just left. Having pocketed 63 copper, you're just holding the heaviest copper piece of all time.
Oh. Wow. This is not my proudest moment.
Barty, come on.
Yes, Solomon. Yes, I'm on my way. I'll be right there. Yes, I've found some money. Let's leave and never come back to this fountain again.
Not a bad idea at all.
And where are we heading, my lovely wife?
The Tattered Circle, I believe, is where we need to go.
Yeah, but there'll be shops on the way and a tavern or something, at least.
We have no money.
We go there. We need some food, and I've got my backpack, but it's my traveller's backpack, that's got bedroll and some rations in it. I keep it ready on the go in case I get thrown out somewhere. Not that I.
So you're saying this has happened before?
I got thrown out of my tribe, Solly. You know that, so.
This is fair enough.
And since I got thrown out of my tribe, I have always said, be prepared. You never know when you're going to get thrown out again.
That's wise.
And you see, it worked, because I was prepared, and I grabbed my backpack. And so I've got, some rations and a bedroll and stuff, but I don't know what else we'll need for this interview. I've never done an interview.
All you need is charm.
So you're going to stay quiet, yes, Barty?
Well, that's not what you said on our wedding night.
You remember anything from our supposed wedding night?
No.
Exactly. Then why do you say I didn't say it? Maybe I did. How do you not know? You don't remember.
I seem to remember I stayed with my mother.
That's one way of consummating your marriage.
Oh my god.
No.
That is not becoming canon.
Carrot.
Yeah, right. Okay, a few above the table notes. Yes, you're all correct in what you're saying. The Tattered Circle is an organisation that operates out of the Underhelm. You do need to get there. You do need to interview. There is no time specifically on the invitation, but you get the feeling that with all interviews, it's good to be there in a timely fashion, as usually there's more than one candidate in an interview. And yeah, I mean, you've got copper, and you're aware within the infrastructure of the world you live in. You could get for 4 copper pieces, you could get like a mug of ale. He said, looking at his notes, you could get cheese or bread, for a few copper pieces. For a pretty crappy inn, you would be looking at a silver piece to stay the night, or there's some pretty backwater inns where you'd be looking about 7 copper pieces for a night's stay. I would say, just for the point of narrative, you'd know most of these things living in Marrowshaft. So. Marrowshaft? What the fuck is Marrowshaft? Marrowshaft. There we go.
Told you.
There we go, viewers.
Yeah, so let's go get ourselves clean. Find somewhere maybe that's closer to this place, because let's be honest, around here isn't exactly the cleanest. So maybe closer to where we're going to tidy up, and then we will move on to meet this Lucidius Finch.
Agreed. We can get to know each other a little bit better. No doubt adventures await us. That seems to be the deal of the day when it comes to Lucidius Finch, as far as I'm aware. I'm sure
do you know much about him? I've never heard of him before. I barely heard of the Underhelm. I've only been here a couple of months.
I've heard nothing about Lucidius Finch other than he's not a man to be trifled with, and he is rather attractive.
Okay.
To some.
Okay. Sure. I mean, everyone finds someone attractive, right?
To his mother, perhaps.
Let's not go there. Those are dark times.
Okay, dokes. Also, Cal, did you say in the session 0? I seem to remember. Did you say you grew up in the Underhelm?
I did indeed.
Hmm.
So no, he doesn't have a mother.
Right.
So
good.
So thank God that he doesn't have a mother, based on what you've just been talking about. But yes, he grew up in the Underhelm. Yes.
Okay. You would know, growing up in the Underhelm, where it is. The Underhelm is based. The entrance to the Underhelm is a good 20 minutes across Marrowshaft. If you take through some fancy districts, the entrance to the Underhelm is in the disused sewerage, in the Felchwater sewerage works, which are now disused and run down. But the Underhelm, the best way to get into them is via the sewers, as they underpin
I'm not
the city.
cleaning up if we're just going to go in the sewers then.
Exactly. It seems like a bit of a futile exercise. I think.
Well, we're just going to blend in because we stink of poo anyway, so...
We do indeed. I say we just get some cheese and get the fuck down the sewers.
We need cheese in particular?
Yeah, I was going to say,
I just heard from this voice in the sky that they were a
We
copper.
can get cheese.
You can get some cheese on the way.
I
there
want some
if you're
fucking
hungry,
cheese,
Barty.
all right? Why am I getting cheese shamed? I don't understand.
We're not. We just
I
said
just-
we'll get you some if you want some cheese.
I said I want to go buy some cheese,
We
and
will,
suddenly you went,
we will stop
Oh.
off on the way to the sewers. and
oh,
we'll
what do you
stop
want
off on
cheese
the-
for? Fucking hell.
No,
God,
I
Barty.
thought-
Travel cheese is perfectly allowed.
I thought it was some secret thing to get into the underground. That's why I thought that Barty, who knows it all, was all like, oh, we have to get the cheese before we go there. I thought it was like some kind of cheese deal to get in.
The
Oh, you
cheese
think it was
deal.
like
Listen to
it was like
yourselves.
It was like a way that you bought yourself in.
No,
Actually.
you just have to be nice.
I can be nice. I can do that.
God, cheese deal. I've never heard such things.
No, I don't know what they do in these underground places.
Can a man get some cheese without being accused of, crafting some sort of deal?
Well, I
So
thought
were you-
were the kind of shady guy who might know these kind of things. Don't know.
I mean, clearly Barty knows the underground cheese scene. in the city. As a man who grew up in the sewers, he's got his finger on the dairy pulse of the city.
How
Marrowshaft, where do you want to buy a bit of blue? Means a very different thing.
Exactly that.
Yeah. Blue and veiny. Something very different. There we go. Right.
Still
our listeners have suddenly dwindled. What's
in
that?
chat.
Suddenly all the viewers have all run away. Right, yeah. So you've got a 20-minute walk across Marrowshaft to get to the entrance to the Underhelm as you make your way through various districts. The one you're in at the moment, Nudger's Nook. Nothing wrong with it. It's sort of a prosperous district full of hard, honest workers. As you make your way along to the next kind of district that you have to walk through, which is called the Nest. Now, the Nest is quite a affluent district. As you walk through it, things are just cleaner. Things are nicer. Imagine the difference between, and this is not going to work well for all our listeners, the difference between Aldi and Waitrose. They're both full of lovely produce, but one just has wider aisles and just generally less bustling. So it's that kind of like, that was a terrible example to use, but just the pavements are cleaner, they're wider. Generally, the people, you notice as you enter the Nest that there's fewer street hawks. There's fewer people like looking to make opportunity. There's not so many street salesmen. The houses are taller and white brick, and generally have a nice little garden at the front. As you stand out somewhat, mucky and bleeding that you are, as you walk through, you see many a lady with a fine dress out with an umbrella on a walk turns her nose and crosses the street. As you see a small baby in a perambulator spots you and just bursts into tears as her mother ushers her away from you.
Oh. Hello, everyone. nice to be in this part of town.
It's just like, hi!
Yes.
I think they've not seen a horse before. A horse person.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure they've seen horses, just not one quite like you.
Nobody has seen anything quite like me, Solomon, and you know that.
As you just hear a couple say, "Oh, God, I do hate it when they get lost out of their neighborhood," as they just slowly cross the street to let you past.
So we're
Are we
sticking out.
lost? She seems to
No, you're on your way. This is just the quickest route.
Okay. As they're walking through like the upper district, though, Thea's like taking in like a bigger. She's like, it smells so much better up here. I miss this. Because she's not from Lowtown. She's only stuck
But I was
there.
just waving at the pretty ladies. Like, oh, hi. Like your dress. Wouldn't fit me. Butt's too big for that.
People are, you notice people are kind of like almost flowing around you, giving you a wide berth. Thea, as you stop next to a beautifully manicured front garden on the front of someone's white brick terraced house that just has beautiful blooms of flowers and a radiant tree with fruit on it, as a small multicolored bird alights on a branch in front of you, chirping a delightful song.
I mean, she'd replicate the tune back to the little birdie.
No, having a jam session with a small tit.
Yeah. We don't discriminate. Small tits, big tits, great tits.
All tits jam
All
well.
tits. I mean, I talk to my cat, so why not?
Why not? Okay, make me a nature check. First check. Yeah, make me a nature check.
The
gonna
first
go
check's
so
a
well.
nature check. That's nice.
Boom. 21.
Yeah.
21's pretty good. You know, from having experience and lived throughout, that is a gam shandy waggle tit.
Ooh.
It has
Love a good waggle tit.
the gam shandy waggle tit. It's got a very kind of like harmonious kind of chirp to it.
I'm not humming it unless you do it first. Just saying.
Or you want me to cheap?
If you cheat, yeah.
Oh, that's quite good.
And And she goes,
Things I'll do.
oh, back to it.
I'll turn to the others and be like, what the fuck is going on?
I was going to ask the same thing. I'm very
It's your
confused.
wife. I thought you'd know what she did.
She's her own person.
Just saying hello to the bird.
As you see a town cat slowly encroaching in the back of the garden, slowly pacing towards the beautiful bird.
That cat is so gonna eat that bird.
I mean,
I'm
yeah, but
kind of
that's
watching.
nature. I mean,
Doesn't say I'm kind of watching.
cycle of
right now.
life.
Go for it. I want to see how good that cat is at hunting.
Well, it's not for me to interfere, and as nice as she is to animals, she's like death isn't new to her, so yeah.
That's ominous.
Sorry, little birdie, it's on you.
No.
Get yourself out
Fly
of
away,
there.
little
We
bird.
all
just like-
watch as the cat catches the bird and eats it.
Well, no.
As you
we
wave your hand
actually-
around, the bird,
we'll
the
wave it
the
up-
bird just startles, flies away, fluttering off into the sky, vanishing over the rooftops behind a chimney breast. As you just see a slightly chagrin, pissed off-looking cat, just shit-eyeing you from the front of someone's garden.
Does
It
a cat
just
have a
skulks
collar?
away into a bush. No. Yes.
Do-
Yes, it does. Yes.
Would I be able to go up to said cat and see what this cat's name is, please?
I mean, it's vanishing into a bush rapidly. You can make a dash
I
into someone's
would like
front
to
garden
dive
if you
into the bush, yes.
Okay. Yep. Sure. That's a very good point. Right, how are we going to do this? Some sort of maybe an acrobatics check to see
I'm-
whether you can.
Yeah, I'm so pleased that this is the role I have to make first in this campaign. I'm very happy with this. Diving to a bush. Here we go. It's pretty good. It's a 14.
A 14. You smash through a flower bed, trampling beautifully manicured flowers as you throw yourself into a bush, rolling around. You manage to get yourself on top of the cat, who looks up at you with hissing and claws as you see it's got a little silver brooch on around its neck as you see the words Bluebell on her collar.
Bluebell.
As you hear a cough behind you.
Can't you see I'm busy? I'm mishandling this cat.
As the rest of you just see a man has come to his front door, opened it, and just a very well-dressed man in a waistcoat, in a sort of town suit. He's like, I mean, awfully, would you mind leaving my house? My grounds?
I do apologise, sir. You see, I rescued this cat from the top of a tree over there. I heard there was
Bluebell.
Yes, I heard a reward. There was a reward for rescuing said cat.
Yes, let's say that the reward for rescuing said cat offset the value of my petunias, which you have crushed.
Ah, petunias.
Shall we call it even? As you look down, there's just like bloody footprints through the petunias.
Oh.
They're no longer bloody. I healed him.
Oh, sorry, apologies. Retcon! You've just mashed his petunias into the ground as you've wrestled his cat into a bush as you hand back Bluebell.
That was the cat, just to say, but okay. A good day, sir. That was
A good day.
Yes. You have a
He
wonderful,
vigorously pumps
wonderful
your hand.
pussy. Thank you.
He looks at you aghast as he's like, yes, we don't talk that way in this district, but thank you. On your way. As he takes Bluebell back into his house and slams the door. His little knocker on his door goes boom as he slams it so hard.
God.
You like to make an impression everywhere you go, don't you?
Well, everywhere there's an opportunity, my friend, as you'll come to learn.
It didn't really seem like much. I didn't understand the opportunity. I think
You thought I saw a cat? No, I saw money.
if that cat belonged to the person in that house, then they probably wouldn't have a reward for it.
Oh,
That was why you went to wrestle the cat in the first place.
No, I just wanted to touch the cat. They look fluffy.
Okay, I mean
Was it
they
fluffy?
are very.
How fluffy was it? Was it fluffy? Is it super
Uh,
soft?
Moderately fluffy. Yes. I
Okay.
can confirm that the cat was indeed fluffy. But unfortunately, I failed to acquire a reward for rescuing said cat from the evil clutches of that bush.
As if
Maybe next time, don't
nature
crush
itself
the
heard
petunias.
your cry for a reward. The Gamshandy Waggletit just lands on your shoulder, does a gentle little shit that just drips off down the front of your lapel and takes off, fluttering into the sky again.
This sums up my life.
Can we just keep moving, please?
Yes.
I am.
I'm tired. Are you okay?
Okay.
Do
I'm
you not
very
see
tired.
what I have to be married to? I mean,
Well-
really. And yes, of course, I'm tired. I'm
She's
missing my
just
muse. I'm not even. I am.
You're just grumpy because you're not sat in your chair.
Have you ever tried meditation?
I'm an astral elf. Meditation is our thing. Like, I literally can meditate and become proficient in anything I want. So you know, like, I was successful
breathing
before this.
techniques. Breathing techniques are good as well to help manage like outbursts of anger and control rage.
Should we start? I'm going to start walking as they're having this conversation, try and move them away from the guys.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
yeah.
follow. I'm not. She's not even going. She's just.
Even
going
though, and then when I was going to take a few steps forward, to then go, Barty, you probably should leave because you know where you're going, and I, for once, I'm going to make a very sensible suggestion that I don't know where I'm going, and I probably shouldn't lead this. It's the kind of time that Solomon says, "Think, Willow."
We can do this together, you know, Willow. If you would permit this handsome cowman to ride your person.
I mean, I don't normally let someone ride me when I first meet them, but you did have a sore foot, which was kind of our fault. And I'll tell you what, if you get on the back and then you shout directions, and then I will lead us.
I find this most agreeable. I will
So she's
mount
gonna
my new
get
friend.
down. She's actually going to get down, like a bit lower so he can get up easily, and then stand up with Barty on her back. And then be like, so which way now?
I'll point and just say that way, assuming that this is the right way.
As you make your way further through the nest, people are now, like, words getting out, you're covered in dirt, you've got waggle-tit shit down the front of your lapel. People are really starting to not like this. You see, like, a small posse of people are starting to gather together, pointing. Like, ladies are starting to get flustered. Ladies who lunch no longer want to go to lunch. You've put them off their lunch. As you make your way to a small private garden in the center of the nest. As you walk through, it's just a lovely little respite with some beautiful bushes and trees that brings you out on the other side to the area, the district that has the Underhelm in it, which is called Fellas Took.
Fellas took. Okay.
It's not the nicest. If anyone has ever been to London, you know that you can have a beautifully affluent district next to quite a sort of like downtrodden district, and it only takes a few streets to go from one to the other. And suddenly the buildings just get a little bit more run down. The brickwork no longer seems seamless. There's more higgledy-piggledy, and you notice there's more broken windows. There's not really any broken windows in the nest, whereas in Fellas Took, everything's just a little bit more run down and shitty.
What? I kind of wonder why the posh people are stuck in the middle of the shitty places. That's a bit silly on their behalf.
They're just too lazy to walk as far, and the things they want are closer to where they built their houses.
Laziness, you're one to talk. I mean, I love you, my wife.
I just think if they complain about us getting out and getting lost, they'd move further away.
I mean, it does very much seem to be a them problem rather than like an us problem. There was literally no signs that I saw that said we couldn't walk through there, so we were perfectly fine, and I didn't have a problem being around.
I didn't have a problem walking through there, and I didn't have a problem looking at their fancy clothes, which made me feel sick.
Ooh. Clip clop.
I mean, who wears so much stuff and their 2 legs? their little two legs that they cover up. Sorry, didn't mean to rock so much. She's still got Barty and she's doing this. But yeah, I think that they made me feel sick, so there.
Wow. Some views coming out here.
Strong opinions. Strong opinions.
Very strong.
So yeah, Barty, I can't speak for the rest of you, but you would know Fellas Took very well. You grew up in the Underhelm. You know that you're a mere few streets away from the entrance to the Felchwater sewerage plant, which is a disused sewerage plant that just happens to act as the sort of opening to the Underhelm. It is the gateway to the underworld. As you take in the last few shops, you do happen to pass a fromagerie on the way. If you did happen to want to stop for
yes. I will not dismount. I will just go. Hello there.
Drive through cheese.
Yes. Hello there. One cheese, please.
Extra crispy.
You just see a disproportionately skinny female elf come out, who looks like she doesn't eat her own produce. As she just sort of leans on the door frame, she's like, "Okay, any cheese in particular?"
What's the one with holes in it? That one. I'll have one of those. Edam.
I've got what? What's Edam?
I don't think they'd have Edam cheese.
The three that come to mind that we've got on at the moment, because we've got specials on, we've got Malovian White.
Yeah,
That's
one.
all right. Quite creamy. We've got Rheinbacher. That's okay. Harder cheese. Or we've got Pope Liquor Blue, which, is a feisty little number.
Pope Liquor. Well, I can't say no to a name like that. I'll have one for each of us, please.
Okay. Right, as you are. Would you like any chutney and bread with that?
Yes.
Okay. As she just goes back inside, like whistling a merry little tune, and she just comes back with a beautiful bougie little cardboard plates with some nice artisanal bread on it, some tomato and chili chutney, and a small wedge of Malovian White, Rimbacker, and Pope Liquor Blue. As she hands them to you, she's like, "That'll be 10 gold pieces." No! I lie. I meant copper. Always fucking doing that. Sorry about that.
That's okay. And then
capitalism isn't my strong point.
That's quite all right. And might I say, you've got a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
That's all right. Is this your business, by the way? Oh, thank you. There's moo to love. Would you? Was there? Is this your business?
Looks aghast. Is this my business? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Wonderful. And he's very creepily going to say, "Well, if you need any produce to make some cheese, I'm always around."
She looks at you in that weird kind of way. Do you know, like when a professional poker player knows they're either onto something great or something bad? Like they try and keep a straight face, but their eye is kind of like doing the cucaracha. She's trying desperately not to crack. Thousands of years of genetic engineering of elves, and she's on the very edge of like losing her shit. As she puts her hand out for 7 copper pieces.
Okay, I will. My pockets are bulging with the fountain coppers, so I'm going to just 1, 2, 3, 4 up until the required amount, and I'll bid this. Yeah,
it's still wet. And she has to get out a small pocket knife and scrape the algae off just to make sure that it's actually minted.
It's legal tender. Come on.
She's like...
Tender!
She's like, "Thank you." As she pockets the algae copper and just hustles back into her shop and closes the door as the bell rings with a little ting-a-ling as it shuts.
Could I, with mage hand, just kind of leave 2 extra copper in the shop as we're walking away, just as I'm sorry to my fellow elf, because
sorry for my husband Barty.
I have to deal with him all day. You don't appreciate. I appreciate the pain that you just went through. Here's 2 extra copper, just from my purse. I'm sorry.
All I did was buy some
Are
cheese.
you talking to her? Because she's gone back in.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
mean,
what I'm saying. So I can like use the mage hand as like to like just drop some
Can it
copper.
talk?
Well, it's
So-
a little mage hand, so it can hold stuff. So I'm gonna put some
Okay.
copper in my mage hand and like just send it inside the shop to like there'll be a window opener or something. I don't know.
We're just going to have a cutaway as she hears the bell go ting-a-ling as a giant, like, beautifully manicured spectral elf hand just floats with 2 copper, scares 3 shades of shit out of her as it just spouts. She's pumping and churning. She's got a real sweat on, like, that's not how you make cheese, is it? I always do this. You don't pump cheese. She's doing.
It's your campaign,
doing
dude. If you want
whatever it
cheese to
takes
be pumped.
make-
Yeah, if you want to pump cheese, you pump
campaign.
cheese, son.
It's your
It's your
campaign.
world.
A fancy universe. She's
12
pumping
nights,
cheese.
they
She's
pump
literally
cheese.
like thwapping away at her churn. Again, not how you make cheese. But let's not worry. We've only got, I don't know how many listeners we have, but we've got 2 fewer now. As she's frantically pumping away at the cheese wheel. Cheese wheel. It's like a loom for cheese. And she's pumping away at the pedals, and it's looming cheese as threads of cheese are all coming. That's how you make Pope Liquor Blue. Yep. And the little hand just puts 2 copper points. We're moving away from this now. Viewers. We're moving away, stepping away.
No,
stepping
let
away.
AJ spin himself into a deeper hole. It's all right.
Yeah.
There's no holes here.
Somebody
This is a
clip
safe
that.
space. This is a safe space.
It is not a safe
That's what they
space. It's
said
Twitch.
anyway.
We
This isn't a
clip
safe space.
everything.
How did you get
Everything
fired,
shall be
AJ?
remembered.
Interesting job, yeah. Pump cheese. So, you're left with 4 little beautiful trays. They've got some nice artisanal bread. Barty, I'll say, with your passive perception that you told me earlier, you can tell this is homemade yeast in the bread, as this is elven yeast. As it's beautiful. The nice fiery chili tomato chutney is very nice. The Rhinebacker has got a bit of a punch to it, but it's nice, as you will have like a little kind of fromage kind of adventure on your way through the filthy streets of Fellerstook.
See, they mocked me,
We've got
but
a
it turns
stop
out to
for
be
a
delicious.
cheese bite.
We
We
wanted
go
to bring a
anywhere.
bit of bourgeois from the last district we were in into the into Fellas Took.
So yeah, we're just gonna walk along and eat a little cheese lunch that Barty's bought us.
Your favourite cow-faced man.
I mean, you do actually have pretty good
Cheese?
Mhm.
cheese. You
Yes.
must be like the innate cow thing.
I'm
So
90%
exactly.
sure that's racism, but okay.
So,
Don't know
Peter's
how
gonna
it works.
pass the entire plate to Solomon, and she's gonna be like, "Here, do you want this?
Do you not want it?
Dairy, dairy free,
Oh.
gluten in the yeast from the gluten."
So basically, what
intolerant.
you're saying is
Can
everything
you eat the
that
chutney?
I mean, I'd rather not.
You're just going to spoon chutney into your wife's face.
you bought a meal that your wife can't eat.
Mm.
I was thinking in my mind, what about the others? And that's why I bought it.
Does your wife like the others?
No, I was talking about you two. You're the others.
Oh, others. I
see.
think I might have misheard.
That's fine.
You heard what you wanted to hear.
I'm a confusing creature. It's
I
fine.
want to know if Barty's got
I-
pierced udders. Have pierced
Does he
udders?
have udders? I
No, he
thought
doesn't
was
have
like-
udders.
Yeah, he was just a man on top, on the bottom, and then he's just a cow head. Yeah.
Yes. I might be a
So
cow on
no,
top,
Theo
but
hasn't
underneath
got
I'm all
just
man.
stomach.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Okay, sorry, viewers. Derailing the fucking thing. Right. Yes, as you make your way through Fellerstook, you've got your cheese. You're munching on it. It's very nice. It's just a beautiful little moment. Just one of those little montage that will forever live with us, no matter what else we do with this fucking campaign. As you find yourself standing outside. Not long later, the Felchwater sewerage plant, which completely run down and disused, but the sign still stands in giant iron letters above the gate, which is now burst open. One of the gates is just leaning against the fence. You see, busy. It's like the best way of describing the entrance to the Underhelm is if you've ever seen like someone who's disrupted an ant's nest. There's just bustling, filthy, vibrant life just heading in and out, and just people knocking into each other. It's a single point of entry to the underworld.
I will lead the way atop my new friend and colleague.
You still riding a centaur?
Yes, absolutely.
So you ate your dinner up there?
Yes, indeed, I did. I
You
used it
better
back
not
as a
spilled
table.
anything on her
Can you
mane.
do me one favour, Barty? Can you just check you haven't got any cheese or crumbs in my mane and my hair? So my
I
hair
will. Yes, all clear, knowing full well that it's fucking covered in brie.
just smeared some Malovian white into her mane.
It's a mess up there,
Lovely.
but I'm pleased. I'm pleased with it.
If,
Some
if you've
people's
left
kink.
it a mess,
people
it
like
is
cheese
the
in their
last
hair.
time, I promise, you ride on me.
Excuse me?
If you've left it a mess, it is, I promise, the last time you ride on me. Because Solomon's actually really, really, respectful, which is why he's had more than one ride. But, if you've left it a mess, no more Willow back ride.
Okay, it's perfectly clean, still covered in shit.
Okay. Could you make me a dexterity saving throw, Cal? By Cal, I mean Barty.
Okay, I don't like this. Here it comes. Oh my word, it's 23.
Yeah!
23.
Dexterous cow!
I was going to say, somehow you've managed to not get too saddle sore. I mean, you are bareback riding a centaur and have been for about 25 minutes. You're just starting to get to the edge of chafe. It's heating up.
I can take it.
Okay.
In fact, the burn fuels me. I love it.
Yeah, you're on the edge. You're on the edge of chafing.
It's the edge. I love edging.
Edging on horseback.
Yeah, okay.
Nobody's
the name
done
of the
that
episode.
since Lady
I'm
Lady
starting
Godiva.
to think he's a masochist. I mean, he must be if he's insisting on being married to Theo and she's don't want anything to do with him.
Has this only just dawned on? Is that, it's been quite clear for a while.
No, I mean, yeah, it just occurred to me.
So, okay, I guess Barty is going to stay riding me all the way to the end of the chafe.
Lovely.
You'll die.
Clip that out of context. Thank you very much.
Love that. Love that. To the edge of chafage. Okay.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, are we there now?
Yeah. You're literally just on the building. So the building inside, there's iron gates outside. Above it says Felchwater sewage plant. There's lots of little filthy, dirty people scuttering around with all sorts of manner of different outfits. Some none of them in great shape, but you are familiar and you're happy with this place, Barty. This is where you grew up. As you make your way further in, you see a red brick, disheveled building with no doors left on it. As you make your way inside, you see all of the pipes. Basically, this is the central hub of the old sewer system to Marrowshaft. So you see in front of you giant openings into pipes that go left and right, most of which go down underneath into the city, as you see people almost a bit like the escalators in King's Cross Station, which is a bit of a weird one for American viewers, but just like a sort of lovely kind of central hub where you can descend lower in various angles, left, right. And the foyer is just a mishmash of people stopping to chat, occurrences of people who bumped into each other, people trying to hawk and trade stuff. You see people selling all sorts of foods. You see an open oil drum and somebody just cooking rats over the top of it on sticks. And you just see a little child cut purse, stealing a purse off somebody and just dashing into the crowd as they're chased by a man in filthy coattails.
welcome home. That's what I'm thinking right now. Oh, this place. Isn't it beautiful?
Is you saying this is where you grew up, Barty?
This is where I spent most of my time, yes. Isn't it beautiful?
It has a strange elegance to it, actually.
Ah, yeah.
After we finished with our business here and our interview, maybe, Barty, you could show us, like, home or your favourite childhood hangout or something. Maybe by showing Theo a bit of your past, it might, and opening up to her that way, it might help.
Willow, no, I need to interject there. No, that is not going to help anything. No.
Oh no, but you might get to understand how confused
because
and
I am
troubled
already.
he is.
No.
Why he's confused and troubled, and then you might start feeling feels for his confused and troubled little cow face.
I'm so complex. You'll not be able to resist the complexity that is Barty. Even though you're already my wife, so I win.
I'm not sure how that works, but okay. Put in the comments.
I'm so using that one in Fate Future. You're my husband. I win. From now on. Yeah, so where do we go for this special interview? Like, we're here in the undergroundy entrancey place. We have to go to a tattered circle? The tattered circle?
Yes.
Where is that? Here.
I'm pretty sure you're looking at it.
Yeah, the Tattered Circle is kind of like an organization. So, Barty, you are aware that within the Tattered Circle, it's basically you're aware that in the city of Marrowshaft, crime is an industry, and the Tattered Circle in the Underhelm have an iron grip on crime. So, basically, you know that the mantra, the Tattered Circle, is no crime without a permit. You actually have to almost be employed as a criminal in Marrowshaft, and the Tattered Circle do not take it well when people turn to crime for their own kind of like gain. And you're aware as you look around that much like anything of hierarchy, the Tattered Circle has various levels. So you see, and you know because you grew up here, you see at various points of juncture, so at the pipes and at the door you've walked past, you see some fairly burly men in filthy suit jackets and filthy raggedy top hats, and you know that they're called the Barrow Men. Now the Barrow Men are like the enforcers of the Underhelm. They're like the heavies, if you will. They get the job done. The average people are known as the Great Unwashed. That's just the affectionate term for the everyday populace. But much like kind of like the guard ants that you would see in any nest, you see the Barrow Men are particularly bigger and burlier. They get the better cuts of food, and they're generally like, you see them, most of them have like sort of like some sort of like shitty cane, trying to look like gentlemen even whilst covered in filth and detritus. You see them shooing along cut purses and things like that. You see one of them grabbing a cut purse by his ear and just dragging him like out the front door. And yeah, you know, you're aware that there are hierarchies to this. Having grown up here, you would be aware where the headquarters of the Tattered Circle are.
Okay. I'll point over to the Barrow Men first of all, just the couple that are over there, and I'll just say, see, if the criminal underworld has any form of justice, that's them over there. So be careful. But I'll hop off my my equine friend, and I will proceed onwards. All right, everyone, just follow me, and just do yourselves a favor and don't look at anyone directly in the eye, and keep all your personal belongings with you at all times. The next stop is indeed Mr. Finch.
It's going to try really hard to follow those instructions and not look anyone in the eye. It's really hard. It's kind of like, I want to look them all in the eye now.
Just keep your head down, and just if you need something to focus on, there's a bunch of cheese on your head. Right, let's keep going onwards.
As you make your way into one of the pipes, the wall's starting to constrict. You notice that it's very much a two-way system. People like brushing up against you. Sorry. It's very much a two-way system. People brushing up and like moving against you as you make your way deeper, further down. Apologies, viewers. Just gonna have a quick drink.
Please do. Please do hydrate.
Here we go. We'll do a cutaway.
Yeah, as you descend deeper, the air gets hotter and warmer, and it's closer and more humid, and all of you feel a sweat on you. Willow,
Thea's hair just goes. Just soaks up all the moisture.
Willow, as you go to wipe some sweat off your brow, it comes back with some Malovian white cheese on it. From Barty.
So last time I let Barty ride me. I've got cheese everywhere! In my hair!
Just be grateful it's only cheese.
Look at my beautiful curls, they're now covered in cheese.
What are you doing up there?
I was riding your flatmate.
I think you are a little bit strange.
Yes, I have been called that before. I've also been called charming, dazzling, captivating, and cowman.
Talking to the mirror doesn't count, Bertie.
Definitely cowman and strange. And I'm going to say that from now on, you're not allowed to ride me if you have cheese on you.
Yes. My ex-wife used to say that.
You've been married before. This wasn't your first disastrous marriage, then.
I think you'll find this marriage is going swimmingly.
I mean, Theo seems to say something very different, but...
Oh, she hides her true feelings well.
He seem to wear
You
them
just
quite
go around
on her
picking
sleeve.
up women who aren't interested in you and marrying them.
Everyone's got their kink.
Thea's just walking. She's singing.
We don't shame in Marrowshaft.
No, we do not. We do not shame. She's like just humming. Going underground.
I'm just gonna go and move away from this. Like, Willow is not the smartest cookie, but this feels a bit weird, this interaction, so she's just gonna move on.
Probably for the
Okay. As you keep moving on, as you're saying all of these things, it's getting busier and hot. Now, the interesting thing about the Underhelm, as you get into it, it's so vibrant and so bustling and just so busy and disgusting that with every step comes a new smell. As you move slightly forwards, you get the lovely waft, the tantalizing smell of roasting meats of dubious origin. And you take another step and someone passes you, and it's just that foul lung full of urea and stench of bodily odor. And, you know, a different perfume with every step almost. Barty, as a man, one of the barrow men, pushes past you. Unfortunately, with this heat, the waggle tit shit on your lapel is starting to coagulate as you smear it across the front of one of the barrow men, who just stops and stares at you as he's like, "Oh, this is my best suit." It's all higgledy-piggledy. His suit is absolute shit. It's got holes in it and whatever. He's just trying to wipe waggle tit shit off his suit, but he's just smearing it around more.
That's your best suit? Really?
Yeah, it's my best suit.
It looks wonderful on you. tit shit is all the rage right now, so you're so in fashion.
He lays a massive, beefy, burly hand on your shoulder. It's like a pound of meat, like a steak, slams down on your shoulder as he's like, "You know where I am."
The sharpest dressed man in all of. Please don't hurt me.
Okay, make me a persuasion check.
Okay. Persuasion is on the way. Okay. It's a 21.
21. As you see the light brighten up in his eyes as he's like, "Well, really? The ladies, they like tit shit."
Yeah, it's all the rage. We walked through the posh place earlier, and I can tell you right now that my friend Barty here is right. All the best ladies were wearing tit shit on them.
It is true, he
Right.
did get it in the nice district.
Yep. And we're ladies, and we can confirm that ladies like tit shit.
As he just takes 2 fingers, wipes them down Barty's lapel, and just smears more tit shit in stripes across his other shoulder as he's like, "Well, good day to you. This has been a fortunate passing." As he just like blends back into the crowd as you feel a weight off you, Barty.
Whew. Thank you there for the assist, Willow. That is very, very kind indeed. I could have taken him though, as you know. Just
You probably
Yeah,
could
it
have,
looked
but
like you
when-
were really setting up for a fight there.
well, I had him right where I wanted him. I just one moo and he would have fucked right off.
But it was very sensible not to, because I'm sure the very important undercriminal businessman we're going to go and see wouldn't want us fighting with the other people.
That probably doesn't look good.
Yeah, you're right to say
And
that.
that's saying a lot, because I love punching people.
That's very kind. Thank you for letting us know that you like to punch people.
Oh, did you not know? Solomon knows. I love punching people, love getting in a
She's
fight,
pretty fighty.
really love arm wrestling.
If that's the
Really
case, I
down
would
with it.
keep that a bit
Look how
quiet
strong
down
I am.
here. Yes, you're rather muscular, but what I would say is don't announce that down here because there are plenty of people around here who would gladly test that.
Okay, like to punch people. Is that
Yes,
better?
yes, that's very nice. Thank you very much. I'm proud of you, and yes, might I say your head is looking delightfully cheesy today.
She carries on just trying to get the cheese out of her hair. Like this
Oh,
is
help
their
Willow
walking
get the
along.
cheese out of her hair. 'Cause it's probably not going to look... we look awful anyway, but the cheese is just icing on the cake.
Oh, when I got shat on by a bird, no one gave a shit. But as soon as there's a bit of cheese
The
on
bird
someone's
did.
hair,
I mean, surely we're just going to have to wash it out here.
yes, the bird did.
The bird gave a shit.
Literally, it was his gift to you.
It was your reward for returning a cat.
It
At
is like
this-
that is my DM career right there.
At this juncture, Thea, could you make me a perception skill check, please? We've lost Thea. We've lost
What?
Mash. Mash has got the waggle tit giggles.
What? I was looking for my thing. What happened? What am I
Could you
doing?
make us a perception skill check, please, Thea?
Right. So, like, perception is where is it on this one? Passive perception. Is
No,
there.
just perception. It should be
Oh, in
straight
skills
after
list.
nature and
Sorry,
before
yeah.
performance. It's the skill
There we
check.
go. 19.
19.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. So as all this is going on, you've just seen your lover, husband, whatever he is, almost get into an altercation with one of the barrow men who was considerably bigger than Barty. And you saw him somehow use the gift of the gab to get himself out of it and somehow convince a grown man to smear bird shit on himself. As you feel a small tug from behind, as you look round and see a small child is currently holding onto your purse, trying to cut the strings with a really blunt knife. As the little child, filthy, his eyes look up at you in shock. And he's not a very good thief. As the little girl just goes with one hand on your purse and she's got the shittest butter knife ever. And she's just trying to saw through your purse strings.
I mean, how heavy is she? Can I pick her up with a mage hand?
Oh yeah. Hang on. How much weight can a mage hand hold? All the D&D purist viewers are screaming at the DM right now because he should.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
right.
more than £10. It says £10. No, I can't.
What's that in Imperial? What's £10?
There's
0.2
£14
pounds
to a stone.
It's 2.2 pounds to us.
Yeah.
I mean, she's skinny. She's not that skinny.
She's not that skinny. No. Can I just like use my mage hand to like flick her in the nose?
Yeah. Okay. Maybe a sleight of hand check, please.
It's like, I'm gonna have
Skill check.
to check that. 12.
12. I mean, it's.
I don't want to
the
do it
hand's-
heavy. I just want to be like, no, bad.
Takes
naughty.
a,
Bad
she
child.
takes a poof to the temple with a mage hand, and she's like, sorry. As she just like lowers her butter knife as she holds out her hand.
Can I give her a dagger and like a little shitty like basic?
Just arm them instead.
Just arm the children.
Yeah, like I
She's
have a
I'm supposed to give them a
dagger
better knife so they can rob better.
Yeah.
on-
As
No,
she
no.
has-
I just want to like take a little shitty thing and be like, here, kid. Be careful who you do it. You try and steal off next time because
her
I will
eyes
blast
light
you
up.
next time.
You're crocodile Dundeeing this child. You do realise that. That's not a knife.
It's what?
Crocodile Dundee, what a reference. That's not a knife. This is a knife.
Yeah.
Legendary reference.
There
the-
you go.
The little child is like, oh, and she takes the sharp knife, nicks her finger. She's like, shit, on it, and she just
Oh.
hands you back the butter knife. She's just sucking. She just secrets away the knife on her somewhere, like sucking her bleeding finger as she hands you back the blunt butter knife.
And I will point the butter knife at her, and I will be like, "Now don't try that again, and tell your friends if they try stealing from me, I will kill them with a butter knife."
Yes, ma'am.
I'll get off. On you go. Bye bye.
That's my
She
wife.
holds out the sharp knife you gave her and she went, for me. And she just like skitters off between legs. Okay. What a beautiful moment. There you go. That's something that happened. Yeah, you can add to your inventory, Thea, one blunt butter knife.
Oh.
Wow, our first magic item.
Don't forget to deduct one half
I've got-
decent knife.
I've got
Yes.
I've got a dagger that I can remove, and then I've got a
Wait till we get to the final big bad in this entire campaign, and Thea just like gets to the final blow, whips out a blunt butter knife, and just
Oh, that would be
stabs
good.
the fucking like whatever it is in the eye. Like Chekhov's gun. Okay. Right you are. As you make your way deeper, the air getting tighter and warmer, the walls constricting, you come out into where the pipes are kind of like burst. You have like an underground, almost kind of like community in a sort of disgusting open atrium underneath the city where the ceiling is just moist, dripping with horrible like rainwater that's filtered down through the soil and through the cobbles and is just dripping brown water. And you see algae and black mold on the floor as you make your way almost down underground streets, if you will. You soon find yourself, by following the flow of traffic and your knowledge, Barty, you find yourself outside a door with frosted glass. That just has the words tattered circle like etched onto it.
This is their secret hideout that's not so secret because they've advertised it from the front. Now, be careful. I'm about to do the secret knock. And you'll just knock it normally. Just
if this was Naked Gun, you'd just like smash out the pane of glass. Right, as yeah, you knock. Not a great
Should
deal happens.
we stop there because we haven't had a break.
Yes, would people appreciate a drinks break? Rather, apologies. I just sort of
need
like
to
played that
get
all
up,
the way through.
unfortunately.
Apologies. I should have played that a little bit. I should have given you a break before we went down into the underworld. My
It's all right.
bad. All right, let's
He
have
was
a
so
quick 5
into
minutes.
it. He's just completely into it. That's cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Apologies. Right, my timing was all skew with. Right, yes.
I think we just distract you a lot. AJ, take this completely off rail.
It was in my mind. I was looking at everyone to see whether they were flagging, and everyone seemed to be really into like smearing bird shit around the place. So I was like, let's go. All right. Then you all go and grab a quick 5-minute drinks break, whatever you need, get the good stuff. And I'm just going to remind the viewers of a couple of bits before I also pop off. We're just going to take ourselves a quick break. But yeah, what you definitely want to do is wherever on earth it is on this, I don't know where it is for you, go and find the subscribe button. Go and hammer the subscribe button.
Follow.
I don't know where. Down below, down there. Go and hammer my buttons, and get yourself subscribed so that you never miss any of the fun that happens here on Ampersand Productions. There's lots of good stuff that goes out, every other day. So get yourself subscribed, and if nothing else, you're going to get one of these every week. So you go and do that. Or if you're listening to this on catch up, knows on what, like on the modern world, you're watching it on your toaster on YouTube or whatever. Like, go and hammer the subscribe button there. But yeah, go and get yourself on the Ampersand Discord server as well, because that is a great place to come and chat about all the shit that we've done here, and you come join the community and chat away. Otherwise, we will see you back here in about 5 minutes. So don't go anywhere. All right. See you back here soon. Welcome back. It is lovely. Thanks for joining us all. We're having a great time. Hopefully, we haven't lost too many of you as we've gone away for a bit of a drinks break there. But yeah, we're gonna get right back into the action. You currently find the players in the Underhelm, the underworld part of Marrowshaft, as they've turned up for a job interview, maybe to get themselves some money to pay the 40,000 odd pieces that the Tattersnatch estates for the destruction of their apartments. So yeah, Barty, you just knocked on the door to Lascivious Finch's office. Oh no, you've knocked on the door to the Tattered Circle.
Yes.
It's like they're like a.
I have indeed. I've done the secret knock, which is just so quite happy with that. I don't know if anyone heard that. That was 3 knocks as
So
a
you
normal,
said one.
a normal human would. Oh, just the secret knock, which is just duh, or just or just a face falling against it. That's the secret knock.
Just his cow face mushing onto
a
the
face
door.
smeared up against frosted glass.
Yeah, just a thrust of the hip. There we go. Does that work?
Into the keyhole.
Yes,
So
exactly.
You're just wafting your hips at the keyhole. Sure, if that's what you want. No, you're not really getting a lot of. You're getting nothing back from this. You're gyrating, you're pumping, you're slapping, you're knocking. There's not really anything coming. The glass stays frosted, the door stays shut.
Okay. Delivery.
Did you perhaps try the handle?
No. You can't just walk into the Tattered Circle, my love. You have to
Invited.
earn your way into the Tattered Circle.
We were invited.
Oh yeah.
So
You see
surely
a
we're
shadow
allowed?
appearing on the other side of the frosted glass as like the outline silhouette of a person. As the door opens, you see the form of this old secretarial looking lady. She's got like a purple rinse, beehive kind of hair, some reading glasses and red lipstick. And she's just in like a sort of business suit. She's like, yes.
Hi, we had an invite. My friend, she's kind of gesturing because I think Theo still has it. Has it, and we're here.
Theo will produce
Fine.
the invite.
She thrusts forward the invite. She takes it in her hand, looks at it, and just hands it back to you like so much litter. As she just moves out the way and gestures an arm into what you see now as a waiting room full of benches. You see like the walls are lined almost like a bus station with benches with just various characters, all groups, all sorts of higgledy-piggledy different groups of characters of different races and sizes and origins, all sitting in little hushed groups, all like watching each other. As she shakes your hand, Barty, she's like, Mrs. Butterboon, secretary to the Painted Circle.
Butterboon. That is an excellent name, and might I say you have an excellent face. Thank you for greeting us. We're here to see Mr. Finch.
Name?
Barty. Bartholomew Gwartheg.
She pulls a pen out of her beehive-style hair, almost like a pin at the back. As she pulls it down, checks the clipboard, flips over some sheets. She's like, Mr. Gwartheg, thank you very much. Come in.
Mr.
Yes,
Gwartheg.
you're ushered in.
Oh, my.
As she shuts the door behind you.
Oh,
You
shit.
see there's about 5 other little posses all sitting on benches, like shit-eyeing each other.
I give
The
them...
other people have also got an invite.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be giving them twice as much shit eye as they're giving me. Because cow's eyes are quite intense, as people know.
So one eye goes each way. You're giving shit eye to the guy on the left and the right as your eyes just
Yeah,
go like
panoramic shit eye.
Oh, well, he does that.
panoramic shit eye.
I'm just gonna have my sword kind of like just kind of flex my muscles a little bit, just as he gives the shit eye to both sides. Be like,
Is there only 2
Panoramic
sides?
shit eye.
Like, is there only 2 groups? How many groups are there? 5
You are
groups.
the 6th. The viewers, I can count. Yes, there's 6 groups, including yourself, and you see at the back a lovely desk where Mrs. Butterboon retreats back to her desk, and she's got all that kind of cool shit. She's got like a roller deck. She's got a alchemical lamp that lights this place, and you also see she's got that really cool shit that no one in real life has, where you've got the 2 pens that stick out of your desk coming towards you in case you fall asleep and kill yourself on your desk. You've got like, anyone ever seen this? No, just me.
I've never seen this. What the hell is
You've
this?
never seen a writing desk with 2 pens that stick out?
No?
It's me that grew up in Buckinghamshire. Excellent.
Right. We don't even have desks in
All right.
Wales. You know, we just put our computers on,
Pen in your
on sheet
best-selling novel on the
backs
back of the hall.
and just try and pin them down and make sure they don't run away.
Someone get in the comments, one of our viewers, at least somebody, one of our viewers, get in the comments. Am I mad? You get a writing desk, it's got some lovely
no,
green.
I've just googled it. Just googled it. You aren't mad. It's fine, AJ.
Thank you. Jesus H. Christ.
It's,
I mean, yeah.
someone in chat says they have seen it, but it's Bo, but I don't trust him because he's mad as a box of frogs.
All right. No, that's the thing. Right, yeah, she's got a lovely writing desk, and you've got the 2 little pens. They literally stick out like of the desk, so they're only posh tits. Right, yep, getting completely derailed there. Yeah, you're almost in the waiting room, and it's sort of like a bit stuffy. As Solomon, you see something brush up against your leg as you look down, and you see a kind of mangy, furball-y kind of cat just sort of slink past your leg and walk towards Mrs. Butterboon's desk.
Could I ask? Yeah, can I ask an above table question? I need a rules wizard.
All right.
Okay, right. So, I can cast sleep, and it says sends creatures into a magical slumber, and it says creatures within 20 feet of the point I choose. And I was thinking, like, does that include party members if I do that?
Let's just show. I would imagine most magic users, certainly at higher levels, you have the ability to not wipe out your own people. I would imagine. Have a quick look. Let's have a quick look.
Does
Without
it
getting
not
too boring for the
specify?
viewers. The spell sends creatures. Creatures within 20 feet of a point you choose within range are affected. You choose within 20 feet. Yeah.
I was just thinking I could help our chances if half of our opponents vying for this job were also sleeping. But Theo wouldn't share this theory with her comrades. She would just very slyly pluck away at her ukulele and make it look like she is performing. She's a bard. She's bored. She's in a waiting room, and so she's going to like just strum really quietly on her ukulele and make it seem like she is being entertaining, but instead she's going to be singing a lullaby intended to put to sleep as many of the.
Tell you what, I'm going to roll the requisite number of dice, and in the meantime, would you like to role play us the lullaby?
I don't think I know any lullabies. I mean, I can sing a parody song though if you want.
Want to just sing some James Blunt song that usually sends everyone to sleep?
Do you want to just read Samuel L. Jackson's "Go the Fuck to Sleep"?
Go the fuck to sleep.
Ooh, Jesus H. Christ. That's some nasty rolling.
Some nasty rolling.
Fucking hell.
Do you roll big
Why,
numbers?
are they really good? Are they really high?
Is everybody asleep?
You just fucking got 32 on 5d8. As you
That'll
just
be at least
get
two
out,
people.
you're just strumming away on your little ukulele as you're like da 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 da. Da 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 da.
I actually
As
can
you
play
look
that on the
over-
piano, but not on the ukulele, I'm afraid.
Green Sleeves isn't copyrighted. As
you go,
you
this is
look
what-
over, you have, I mean, fuck me, 32 points. You've taken out about 4/5 of the competition. And there's still a couple of members in each group, like, 1 or 2 people in each group, as you just see so much warm dribble come out the side of people's mouths and just a couple of snores. You see like other like group members just slapping people, rubbing them, shaking them, like just it's a slumber party. I'm gonna say for the sake of narrative that you chose not to put Butterboon.
Yeah, no, I
Otherwise,
wasn't planning on her.
Thank
yeah.
you. I was gonna get
Yeah.
real fun real quick.
Yeah. So,
As Miss Butterboot stand up, checks her clipboard, and she's like, "Right, next, taint race." As you see, like one awkward member is like trying to wake up the rest of his team, and he's like, "Yeah, just give us a minute." She's like, "Come on now, the taint race." And he's like, "Yeah, just give me. It's like, fuck." As this small gnome is like just slapping this ogre around, trying to wake it up, it just won't wake up. She looks on the list. She's like, "Right." Over at you as the only conscious group of people in the room. She's like, "I'm going to need a name. Do you have a name?
For
Does your rabble have a name?"
that we hadn't thought of that.
We meant to come with the name. It didn't say to come with the name.
The rabble sounds pretty good, to be honest.
I feel we're quite rabbly.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with that.
Rabble. There we go. That's us.
Rabble.
Yeah, we're all awake.
whether rebels,
With the
rebels,
rabbles, rabbles.
She keeps on writing it in as you say it, and then I think to rub out. She's like, "Do you mind just fucking getting on with it?"
Yeah.
What? Rabble.
We're here awake.
Yeah, we're just called the rabble. Fuck it.
it's our band name.
Yeah,
I'm a bard. These are my band members.
and I'm a cow.
She looks at you incredulously, a bit like somebody who works in DevOps who's just asked you what password is and you've just said password. She's just, she sighs. You can see her entire frame just sort of slowly, just some of her soul leaves out of her mouth as she's like, rabble, fine. As she just writes the rabble, she's like, Mr. Finch will see you. As she opens up a door to the back office.
There's no cheese in my head.
I just kind of like sling my ukulele onto my back and just kind of like.
I adjust myself and pull up my waist and slick my cow ears back and tuck them under my beanie and
lick your cow ears.
Yes, exactly that. Just with my tongue, just like. Oh God, no!
That's a fucking mental image I'm not going to get out of my head anytime. Yay! Right. Okay. That's hideous. Okay, you've slicked back your ears with your giant bovine tongue. As you just see Mrs. Butterboon dry heaving, as you look over her, she's like,
"Don't act like you're not impressed, there, Mrs. Butterboon."
I don't understand why you keep flirting with everybody.
I'm just going to do something that Theo normally does and say, I'm very, very sorry, and I'd like to apologise for our slightly strange friend. He does weird things. But he's...
I found that interesting.
I know.
Your tongue could go that far.
Exactly. Solomon gets it.
Solomon's
got like his notebook out that he's got a really rough drawing of Barty that he's done.
Nice.
And then he's making like little notes.
I'd like a copy of that.
Really?
He's got like a line coming down from like the mouth to the tongue, like unexpectedly long and incredibly dexterous tongue.
I would say it's less that Solomon gets it and more that he's going to want to, check more about that tongue later. I'm just saying, he got really into like my horse butt.
Wow. This is
suddenly the viewers spike.
Horse butt and cow tongues.
Yeah, I'm just going to point out here, you've literally flirted with every woman that we've walked into as we've crossed this entire city. And you won't divorce me. Really.
You know how things are.
Do you not want to be a free agent? Do you not want to be out there to sow your wild cow seed?
My wild cow seed.
No, his bovine butter.
You're bovine butter, yeah.
I'm not as you say. Fucking hell! This campaign already is ridiculous. I'm not just for this next line alone. I'm not a sexual cow.
Oh dear God!
To be honest, if you must know, I have never engaged in bovine coitus, and so I'm not in it for that. I'm in it for the love, and it doesn't need to be physical. I don't know why I'm telling you such personal things right now, but
Mrs. Butterboon says, "I don't know why you're telling me such personal things. If it's all the same to you, he is waiting for you. He's a busy man, and no, you're not. You're not the worst group I've seen. The party came through earlier. They had a Malovian shit golem." And she points down at the stain on the floor. She's like, "Do you know how long it takes to get shit golem out of the carpet?" So
actually, I do. Don't ask me how.
If you could, if you would.
Gonna head in.
I'm just gonna take the hint and start.
Yeah.
Unless Barty's got any more gold, I'm gonna hit it.
Right. Play.
Don't say that. Barty's already got lots of gold.
Play it cool, all right? We're going to go in there. Solomon, I think you're the most polite, so I think you should say the first few words. Are you with me?
I can agree with you on that one.
Okay. On 3, right? On 3. But everyone hands in. We're going to get this job. We need to get this job, otherwise we haven't got a house.
See, Mrs. Butterbean's just shaking her fucking
Right.
head.
And on 3, we're going to
we
go
don't.
rabble. All right. 3, 2, 1, rabble. All right, let's do this.
Rabble.
Apple. Oh.
Yeah, well timed. You can see we are so in sync. This is going to go very well.
We walk in.
Yeah.
And as we walk in, Willow's going to try and act really cool, but she's just like, hi!
Oh, God.
Thea's still like groaning at the incompetence of what's just happened as she walks through. She's gonna like, I can't believe I have to deal with this.
Fuck it. If we're doing that, then I'm just going to go, did someone order a cow? And let's see, let's try and gauge his reaction.
I walked in as like sort of upright and respectfully as I could, and then just turned round to all of this happening behind me. I'm like, oh, that plan out the window pretty quickly.
Well, blame your flatmate, not me. Yes. Did you order the cow, sir? Your prayers have been answered. We are the rabble. Pleased to meet you.
I thought we were letting
You look
Friends
over
on
at the
it.
desk in front of you. There is like a writing desk with various lamps and, all sorts of kind of like writing implements all over it. You see a quill and like an ink jotter and all sorts of things with various books, open ledgers. And there's no one there. There's just a chair, an empty chair. You hear a cough and you look sideways. You see a fireplace with all sorts of like antiquities on the mantelpiece. As you look over, there's a wing-backed chair and just an elderly looking grey-haired gentleman sitting in the wing-backed chair reading a periodical. And he has the mangy-looking house cat is currently sitting on his lap, and he's stroking it whilst reading the periodical. You see he's a very gaunt-looking elderly gentleman with lank grey hair that's slicked back across his head, just little hair scraped across too much head, like a man who hasn't come to terms with the fact his hair is thinning. And you see he's dressed in what was probably once a nice suit, but now threadbare with patches in the elbows, as he smokes a cigarette, which is just hanging off his bottom lip, looking dangerously like it's going to land on the cat and immolate it any second. As he looks down, he puts the periodical down and looks at you and just says, "Yes."
Solomon, you're up.
Hello, I assume that you are Mr. Leviticus Finch.
Right, get his name right, please. We're trying to make a good impression.
Lascivious Finch.
Sidious. Apologies. We received an
Oh man,
invitation,
and you
I
see
believe, from
two
yourself.
fangs sticking out of his mouth.
Solomon is going to try really hard not to notice that and be obsessed now with the fact that he's in a room with a vampire that he's only ever heard stories of. He's never actually seen one. Yes, so you invited us, I believe. We received your invitation anyway. It was signed, I believe, by yourself. For an
Well,
opportunity.
it was a formality. It was from my secretary. But yeah, in essence, it came from me. And yes, I see you looking at my fangs. I'm not blind. Don't worry. I'm a non-practicing vampire. As you see, he reaches over to a small occasional table and takes a Bloody Mary and starts sipping on it. Don't worry.
Well, not at all. I'm just fascinated.
Did we need an invite
As-
to the vampire house as well, or is that rule not like go both ways?
Oh, yeah. No.
Love it.
No.
He's looking at you expectantly as he's like, as I said, an opportunity has arisen. There's well, as you know, I'm a broker to the underworld. I organize crime. There is no crime without permit in Marrowshaft. No crime comes through me. And let me say, we have an opportunity for the right people, for the right price. but only for the right people, and only the right price. And well, you have some unique skills that we would like to know more about.
Yes, if
You
we
want to
knew
know more
more
about my horse butt as well?
As
I
you
don't
see, he
think
strokes the cat. He's like, Miss Drippers. As Miss Drippers stretches the cat, as he strokes it, you just see like a handful of fur comes off as he's like smears it on the arm of his chair. Just like, yes, no, not your horse, but darling, no.
think more about
Okay.
your sword.
My giant
abilities.
sword!
Yes. She gets
Ah,
very
yes, there we go.
excitable.
What do you want me to kill or hit or punch? I am so there for it.
Oh my.
Let's just cut to the chase. This is all very pleasant,
Oh,
but how dangerous is it? And how much hitting do I need to do? And we need a lot of gold. think
I
that's
mean,
pretty much
either that or
it.
you take care of the landlord. Either way, I'm cool.
My word.
He has put down the periodical. He picks up a ledger, goes to open it, licks a finger to turn the page, gets some cat hair in his mouth as he's like just spitting out bits of cat hair as he just slowly turns the page, runs a nicotine-stained finger down the pages. He's like, yes, the opportunity that has arisen is, well, kidnap. Is kidnapped in your house?
Oh, that's a new one on me.
Yeah, not something I'm particularly versed in or would really want
Anything
to be
with
part
more-
of.
Well, not a problem. I'm sure there's many other industrious young criminals who would be
Yeah.
willing
more
to take
hitting
the...
involved. Killing.
Well, I mean, I would
Monsters.
prefer it if the target was alive.
Mm,
How about I give you some context?
Okay.
Usually people are a lot more keen and eager. An opportunity to join the tainted circle. But, let me tell you at least what the opportunity is. There are procurement laws, I suppose, even amongst the criminal underworld. You need somebody to kidnap the Bishop Aldrich von Gooch from the Umbratata. Now, you will know the Umbratata is the Church of Shadows. It is the sort of main religious organization of Marrowshaft. As he says, yes, if you could, well, I don't know, nap the Bishop von Gooch from the Umbratata, but keep him alive, for it would require one of you to disguise yourselves as the Bishop and deliver a sermon to the congregation.
Wow. This sounds fun, actually. Yeah.
I bet Barty would be really good at that because I think it'd be quite hard to disguise my horse butt. So I don't think that would be good for me.
Does he have a cow's face?
Is it disguise? So I'm assuming they can do a thing.
We have Solomon.
That's
Would
true.
he not
yeah.
pass as a clergyman, and he'd be able to give a sermon?
I would have
My
thought so.
question is this: are we kidnapping him permanently, or are we just keeping him busy whilst the sermon is being performed?
Oh, well, no, I mean, this is all above board. We're not killing him. We're just keeping him busy. Just keep him blocked away. I will require somebody to deliver a sermon to the Umbratata. Just pardoning the Underhelm and its role in the Porcine Rebellion. It would be good just to get the blessing of the church. It's not our fault demons took over the throne. Well, I mean, it is, but somebody to pardon us. So if you wouldn't mind dressing up as a bishop and pardoning the Underhelm, I would be
I
very
ask a
great.
question. Do you
Yes.
feel really bad for
You
what
don't
you
have to
did?
put your hand up.
Do you feel really bad with what you did with the demons?
He looks around as Miss Drippers jumps off his lap and just skulks over to the corner. Do I feel bad? Well, no. All actions have repercussions.
Oh, I thought maybe it would be easier for us to do the bad thing if you were repenting in what you did, which is why you wanted the church to give you pardons. You were repenting. Are you repenting?
Repentance.
I find at my age, regret is a luxury I can't afford. So no, I do not regret any of the actions. He picks up his Bloody Mary again and takes a slurp of it.
Mm.
Is there only one seat? Like,
One
is he
seat.
just
Is
like
there
one
only-
seat on his own? Like, is he just got one seat on his own?
Yeah, he's just on his own in here. As you hear scraping noises, you turn around, you just see Miss Drippers is squatting over her litter tray. Just the fetid stench of urea filling the room.
Wonderful. What a wonderful time to be alive.
I actually have no issue with this plan. I would happily keep the clergyman entertained with my performing skills.
Yes.
I mean, to be fair, we're not killing him, and I'm assuming we can just let him go afterwards, yes?
That's impossible.
Basically,
Well, yes.
what you're saying is go hang out with this bishop dude for an afternoon and keep him busy while someone pretends to be him for a non-bad reason. And then everybody is happy afterwards, and we can have the gold we really, really, really need.
And how much gold is that, by the way?
50,000.
40,000 gold
Gold would you like?
50,000.
We'd like 60,000 gold.
Please.
Name your price.
60. 60 sounds fair.
60,000
actually,
gold pieces. A trifling sum.
I was
Well,
actually
then,
going
we
to
have
ask.
100,000.
No.
How good are you at finding people? You're at the criminal underworld. I've searched this entire city for someone. The vampire. Oh, what's his name again?
Oh, I
Finch.
see. Quid pro quo. You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
No. We also have. This is okay.
They need the gold. Like, I'm willing to give up my share in like the gold if you can tell me where someone is.
I'm right here, my love.
Well, I should think that's a possibility.
So we get 60,000 gold pieces each, and Thea's going to get a favour.
Each.
Each is a lot.
I was confused.
Well, first of
You've gone
all,
a bit high now, Willow. Bit high now.
Make me a persuasion check, Willow.
Thank you for the raid.
Ooh.
16.
16. He says, well, let's just be above board right now. As he takes another slow gulp of his Bloody Mary, he just fingers one of his fangs in his mouth, adjusts his filthy-looking suit. We're not going to go straight for a bite at the cherry. First of all, there'll be a, small test to make sure that you're adequate for the role, a suitable candidate, if you will. And let me say, if you
that
pass
makes sense.
that, maybe 60,000 ahead might not be such a bad price.
So really impress you, and you'll give us pretty much anything, is what you're saying.
That's
Well, crime is a negotiable art.
It is indeed.
Wait, so is the thing we're doing not the thing you've asked us to do?
Oh no, that is merely the end goal. All these candidates here, as he wafts an arm out back towards the
They're all
waiting room full
asleep.
of
I'd
slumbering
ignore
people.
them.
Okay.
Yes. I've
Well,
stolen
all of
before.
them,
A person is not so different.
To be honest, they all said they were so bored of you, and then they all fell asleep. So we're your best bet. We haven't
they
fallen
smell.
asleep on you.
I do have a question in regards to the kidnapping of the bishop. When does this need to be done by? So we have got an idea of time frame.
Well, I'm free right now if you care for a...
I didn't know if it needed to be, as it seems to be, that this needs to be some sort of an official sermon. I didn't know if it was it was scheduled for a certain day.
2 days' time.
So the kidnapping is in 2 days' time.
Yes.
2 days' time. She's
I
writing
mean-
it on her hands as a note. And what do we
Yes.
need to do first to impress you? Or is it the kidnapping?
Well, I mean, impress is a strong word, but I mean, I'd see it more as an audition, if you will. A mere formality if you wish
Okay,
to
but what
gain
is it?
the boon. If your friend would like the information of the person that they so desperately want to find, well, it's just a trifling task. We would like you, if you could, to prove your kidnapping skills. The Marrowshaft Zoo currently has a exhibition where it is showcasing a Jesippan naked bunny bear. If you could kidnap the naked bunny bear back here, I would consider that proof enough of your skills.
I've stolen before. I've stolen animals before. I think this is fine for me.
Excellent.
Solly,
I
you
would
can
like
study
the
it.
animal alive.
No, we won't kill it. But is it okay if Solly does like a sketch of it? He's really fascinated
You
by
may
it.
do whatever you want. If you
Well, yeah,
wish
I
to
would very
sketch the
much like
bishop
to-
naked, you're more than welcome to do that too.
Is he a specific a rare race of creature, the bishop?
No.
Then
he's
No,
just
I've
he-
no interest.
overweight clergyman. I mean, they're 10 to the penny.
I'll be
No,
honest,
I'm
Solly
not
would rather
interested.
draw you.
If yes,
I mean, if that wishes to be part of your payment, you may sketch me like one of your French girls. But let's stick to the point. The Jesippan naked bunny bear that is currently being exhibited at the Marrowshaft Zoo. Should you manage to break in, kidnap the bunny bear, and bring it back to me in one piece, I will consider that proof enough of your skills.
Consider
I
it
actually
done.
think
And
the
also-
bunny bear's harder.
No, it's
Consider
fine.
the bunny bear done, and in fact, consider the Pope already, or Bishop, whatever his name was, already done. Because everybody else out
Aldrich
there,
von Gooch.
exactly, everyone out there has snoozed and loosed, but you have the rabbles on your side.
Exactly. We'll be stealing that Gooch bunny in no time.
Oh, the man was the
Jesippan
Gooch.
naked bunny bear.
Gucci
It's
was
Barty,
the
actually.
Bishop
Nice to
boy,
meet you.
and the bunny.
I know who you are, Barty. You're one of our own.
Thank you very much.
I'm well aware who you are, Gwatheg.
It's
Do not become head of a syndicate of criminals and not know who the fuck Barty Gwatheg is.
thank you very much. Yes,
That's quite all right.
I have quite the reputation, and
Then you'll
I've earned it.
actually understand why I'm in so much pain being stuck married to this thing.
this thing. Oh, you have such a way with words, my love.
Okay,
say you what you
Miss
do seem to be
Drippers
quite high.
jumps back on top of Lascivious Finch. You just see all sorts of matted litter tray clumped onto her fur
Oh,
as
Wood
Lascivious is
pellets.
just picking off bits of clumpy litter and just flicking them into the fireplace where they crackle and sizzle.
Well, if
Ah.
you don't need any more from us, we could be straight on kidnapping that
you should go
kid
plan.
bunny bear.
I-
Yes, Barty?
I would just like to say, I quite like the name of the group to be the Clumpy Litter.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, is it still going to get us all the gold pieces to get out the debt we're in? Because I kind of would like to get out that debt.
Yes. Let's
And
do
that's
this
fine.
shit.
Okay, well, you can see yourselves out. You could get back here in the next, I don't know, 24 hours with a Jesippan naked bunny bear. Then we will call that a contract well earned. 60,000 gold pieces ahead, and your bardic friend over there can have the that she so desperately needs.
Yes. I'm very pleased with this. And Clumpy Litter unite. Let's do
Oh,
this.
can I ask one quick question before we leave? Which is, are you going to be sending anyone else after this bear whilst we are doing it, or is it a solo?
Well, it appears at the moment that you're the only candidate. He stands. Miss Drippers like leaps off him in like fangs and fur, just skittering away under his desk, leaving a trail of lit. As he looks out the door, yes, well, at the moment, it appears you are the only suitable candidates for the test. Whether it stays that way, I don't know. I would suggest you hurry. For there is only one Giuseppin naked bunny bear.
Yeah.
And there's only one Barty Gwatheg, so I'll take it in no time. Don't you worry about that. Consider it done.
We'll get going, but also I wouldn't bother with that lot because, like I said, they all fell asleep on you. How little respect do they actually have?
Yeah, bunch of dicks.
Criminal.
Rude, really. I
Idiots.
was singing a song and they fell asleep. If anything, they're
So rude. I'd behead the lot of them because they're so rude.
I mean, should we rob them on the way out?
Good day and farewell. He bows to you, waves you outdoors. You make your way back through the waiting room. You just see Mrs. Butterboon is like slowly trying to like usher sleepy people out as you make your way back into the corridors of the Underhelm. That's where we are going to pause this week's episode.
Very, very good. Very, very good,
sir.
indeed.
Very, very good, sir.
Well done.
Bravo.
Hopefully there was a moment in there for everybody. Everybody got their little bits in. I had an absolute blast with that. That was a hell of a lot of fun. If not just to have waggle tit shit down the front of somebody has become the fashion accessory of the year.
I love that.
It's
you
now
thought that-
canon.
Yeah, that's now going to be the in thing in the tattered circle. It's,
Oh
yeah,
Eagle Town shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you ain't got tit shit, you ain't shit.
It is like when you go to DM school, when you're like you spend years doing this, and you just know someone mentions a cheese shop, and you're frantically like improvising cheese names in the background, like Malovian White, Rimbacker, and Pope Liquor Blue. You're like, yeah, maybe they'll come in useful. Yeah, maybe they won't. But there you go.
I'm keeping that butter
Instead, they
knife.
all ended up in Willow's hair.
Keep the butter knife. Oh, it was a Gam Shandy, wasn't it? There is actually a map. I think it's available to people can see it on Twitch stream. I don't know whether the rest of you have actually seen it. I did do a map of the Snickerdust Empire, and there is an area on it called the Gam Shandy Wastes, higher up to the north, and that is where the Gam Shandy Waggle Tit comes from. Because no, we've got a lot of keen ornithological viewers. So yeah, if you're trying to get 100% and platinum this campaign, you're going to have to find the 19 other birds that we've hidden as Easter eggs throughout it. Anyway, enough of that shit. Right, it's getting late and you've all got other shows to watch probably. So let's get some nice plugs in before we let you go. First and foremost, make sure you subscribe to this Twitch stream. Very important if you don't want to miss any more of this magic or any of the other shows that go out on Ampersand Productions Twitch stream. You want to get yourself subscribed, find yourself the subscribe button, God knows where it is, or if you're on YouTube and you're watching this on catch up, get yourself subscribed on the too. Very important. Maybe leave us a comment, maybe give us some feedback. We would love that. The only way we're ever going to improve or you know, learn anything if you leave us some comments, good or bad. And also, I'm being held at gunpoint, and I have to advocate that you go on the Discord server as well, or Ampersand Productions. That's how I'm on the shill, or Paul, and he made me promise that I would advocate for the Discord channel. It's how I met all these people. So it is a lovely place full of lovely people, and they're all very supportive and very kind people. And I don't think there's a better Discord server out there. And I say that with no sense of irony as someone who runs their own Discord server. So go there, do that, join the Discord server now. You could do worse than have a listen to the Adventurers Anonymous podcast. Obviously, I'm biased. I'm the host and DM of that. So wherever you podcast from, go and have a listen to the Adventurers Anonymous podcast. And you can get more lovely fantasy folk nuggetry like this with my crew over there. We have lots of fun. We get a new episode every Friday, if you like that kind of stuff. That just leaves us time to say a massive, massive, massive goodbye from some of these lovely people before we raid out to another stream. But before we let you go, It is. It's a massive goodbye from a lady who's recently come into possession of a butter knife. Smash.
Yeah, hi everyone. I am Mashashy. I stream here on Twitch Monday to Friday at 9 a.m. with Breakfast Bants with Mashashy. The Uwu crew adventures continue with TYG around Twitch, usually on a weekend as well. We're about. I also wrote a book, A Prelude to Light, epic fantasy. It is the prologue, essentially, to my epic fantasy series, Light of Miera. It's gay as hell. You'll love it.
Oh. And where can people find you on the socials, Mash?
Most places. Just Google Mashashy. You can literally just Google me.
Love it. Okays. Love that. Okays. Next up, it is a massive, massive, massive goodbye from, I think, the Equine Taxi. Cat.
I am Cat Tulip, and you can find me on socials, particularly Twitter, Blue Sky as Cat Tulip. I mean, you can find me on Twitch as Cat Tulip, but I wouldn't bother because I don't do anything on Twitch. And instead, you'll find me yelling in the background of K-Stream, who is that side of me. K-Stream.
Other side, babe.
That's a big no.
Oh, that way.
There you go.
Hey, hang on. Hey. Yeah. So there. Anyway, that's me.
That's you. All right.
me.
Enough said. All right. It is a massive, 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 massive goodbye from Kalvin.
Yes. Thank you very much for having me and let me play. It was good fun. You guys can find me here on Twitch at KFKK Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 10 a.m. BST, where I will be doing my normal streaming nonsense of talking a lot and playing video games and being terrible at them. You can find me on most social media at KFKK. Yeah, I'm most likely to be on Twitter, or I've just got Blue Sky as well, so I'm kind of testing the water on that to see what it's like. So yeah, follow me there if you want. Entirely up to you.
Lovely. Like that. And last but not least, we are saying goodbye from Mr. Cal himself, a man who has somehow made waggle tit shit fashionable.
Hell yeah. I'm Cal, Sealy TTRPG on most socials. I don't have many socials, to be honest. I'm on Twitter, and I'm slowly working my way through some more. But you can go to sealyttrpg.com for all of your comedy, voice acting, TTRPG things. There's also some free battle maps on there, which are going to stay up there probably forever. There's no time limit. I can't be bothered to take them down. Just have them whenever you want. You can find me on Homebrew Havoc on this very channel every Thursday at 7:30 UK time. I don't know what time that is across the pond, but it's not 7:30 due to the position of the Earth and the Sun. Yes, this was really fun.
Professionalism.
Yes, thank you.
No, at all. I've had an absolute blast, and just a massive thank you to all the viewers who've turned up. We've had a great view number. We're totally blessed. Thank you very much, and thank you to everybody raided out to us. It's absolutely lovely. I saw Catman Moons in the comment at one point, so thank you very much. I know you're probably working whilst listening to us.
AJ, thank you for being such a brilliant DM and putting up with us.
Yeah.
Thank you for putting up with us, AJ.
Commiserations, really.
You don't have to say
sorry.
that. This is an honour and a pleasure. Highlight of my day. Had a very tough day, but there's always the icing on top of the cake. It's absolutely lovely. So yeah, just mad love to everyone. Thank you very much for coming out to play with us. Thank you very much for sticking with us. We appreciate all the love, and we're going to see you back here next Monday, 7:30, to find out what happens when this group of deviants tries to kidnap a just sip and naked bunny bear from the Marrowshaft Zoo.